Alright, you are able to successfully make it through the debris fields that have been pulled in around the gas giant, and you lie in wait inside. Certainly, at some point, you know that the beacon broadcasts its message. You are hiding in the gas giant, unable to be detected by any active augury on the orc's part, although they too are unable to be actively detected by you until they are close enough. Being both submerged in the gas giant and in the low-level constant radiation that is present in this region. You're protected from the surges. Your sensors or your auger arrays will never be knocked out by them. But no auger array functions perfectly within the deep core of this system.
So it's like trying to talk to Cirrus or Akinar with only 2 or 3 pages.
I'm going to assume most of the words in that sentence form something that is an appropriate analogy.
I don't know what you're talking about. My auger is perfect. Except when it's not.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could keep on like scanning those regions in space to see if the orcs are going through it, right?
Active augury on your part, basically, if they can detect you, you can detect them, and vice versa. So if you could detect where they are, they could detect where you were.
Could Deneb just try to take stabs in the dark in like random places and see if she can figure if the orcs are moving through it?
Denev's range would be limited enough that she would basically only know that when they were in the range that you were wanting them to be, which she can be doing routinely.
Okay, cool.
She just can't particularly know how far they're off.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 light something. 6 void something. Okay, maybe I'll do 7 void units.
Can't believe you never played Mist, Eric.
Set. Boy.
No, sadly, never played through Myst. A lot of other point-and-click games, not Myst. So the whole crew sits there and waiting. What is the crew doing? Or what are you guys occupying yourselves with besides Denev routinely scanning the empty black void for the approach of the orcs, whilst you're hiding inside the gas giant?
Oh, I have some mechanical parts.
Holdor is drinking.
I have some upgrades to be working on. Getting up on having enough XP to get me some mechanical bod.
I feel like Romeo is probably reading the play that the Harlequin Eldar gave him.
Gaius is seeing to the day-to-day operations of the ship, and also drinking. Kind of a rough week.
As long as you're not up on the bridge singing "You're pretty when you're drunk" or "You're pretty when I'm drunk."
No,
Okay,
he would
I'm
normally
going to
be
attempt to
singing,
do a
"I'm
thing.
pretty when I'm drunk," and when you're drunk, and when nobody's drunk.
Yep, basically.
So yeah, I think my headset might reach outside. If not, I will not be able to force myself off the call yet. Well, for science.
And at
For
this point, we all
science.
know that Zennith is drinking no matter what she's doing.
Has Hodor fathered anything yet?
Not yet, or at least you don't know yet.
It hasn't even been that long, man. You wouldn't even know. Like, you're still a human being. It still takes a while to figure out if you're pregnant.
And Hodor's kingdom does not have the finest physicians to ascertain that.
Yeah, my hookup dropped out, so I'm going to switch devices.
All right.
Cool. Oh yeah, Romeo also writes a thank you note to Solaire for letting him know that stuff was up. They didn't like tell him. They could have just said, "Hey man, there's a demon here," but they said that they gave a hand in the most elderly way they could, which is the only way they can operate.
What help did they give? I don't believe they gave any.
They said that crap wasn't over, like the story wasn't over basically, and that kind of put us on edge for stuff because otherwise we would have just thought that dude did it and that was it. The dude we caught, the Mechanicus dude, the guy we put down. We would have just thought he did it, but the Eldars were the ones that were like, "Yeah, this story's not going to end good for everyone."
You told us before
Was
that.
that particular part really a tragedy, though?
I mean, a dude who had no business dying died, so I guess.
Tragedy is relative, I guess.
If you're not going to be at least a little bit sad for the death of a crewmate, I don't know what to say for you.
Well, you can't mourn every dead crew member. If not, we'd be eternally sad.
I
I don't know. It was around the time a whole cargo bay of them got roasted that, it just desensitizes you.
I think most people on this ship are quite jaded, or at least like out of us.
Well, certainly some of you explicitly have the jaded trait.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yep.
Hey,
I'm gonna chalk this up to the reason why Romeo is the bosun then, because he feels kind of bad when people die.
I've dealt with an entire ship dying. It's you get used to it.
Phone call made me realize I'm wrong.
Nobody knows little Blassie.
If I don't make it, no, now I love you all along.
I don't think anybody but me knows that song because it's from a Canadian band.
Oh. We're so dumb and jaded. You guys have never heard of Our Lady Peace?
Nope.
Isn't that a church?
It's a pretty awesome '90s band, man.
Wait, Canada has bands?
Canada has a lot of bands.
All the best music
Bare
comes
Naked
from
Ladies,
Canada.
man.
No, Canada actually has pretty good
They have
bands.
all the Rush albums.
Yo.
Bare Naked Ladies talks about Kraft mac and cheese. They're Americans, don't lie.
We have that in Canada.
Yo, Kraft mac and cheese.
No,
like,
you don't.
Yeah, we do. Yo, KD.
You just have milk in bags.
Yeah, and we put it in our Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, you got that off-brand stuff, that
No,
Kraft
we
mac
don't.
and cheese. You always want more.
No. We don't got Kraft mac and cheese. We got Kraft dinner. You guys don't have Kraft dinner.
We got KD.
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 Kraft dinner. You got Kraft mac and cheese. We got KD. We got a better acronym.
Go drink milk out of a bag.
I poured it in a glass first, okay? I'm not an animal.
It keeps better. I don't. I always drink it out of the bag when nobody's looking.
I'm not an animal.
Yeah, we just have wine in bags. We don't need that milk.
We have wine in bags too.
Bagged wine.
Bags are just better.
We get it in
There's a lot of
boxes down
cultural
here.
exchange happening here.
Nah, I like those big plastic cartons. I got to say. I do like those big plastic cartons.
I just want to put this out there. I was pretty sure this was correct, and I looked it up. America actually has our Kraft dinner because Kraft was started in Canada. So you got our.
That's
KD.
not true. It's impossible.
Look inside yourself. You know it to be true.
Look inside Wikipedia. You know it to be true.
Okay. So, weeks of drinking and ship maintenance. And the captain disappearing for days at a time
I assume
into the
people
research lab.
preparing to man the guns once they get a signal.
Yes, presumably Thaddeus is running his people through drills at some point.
Telling people the plan. Good thing for the crew to know.
Wait, is the call still on?
Yes?
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It prompted the call quality thing, which it usually only does after I end a call.
Weird. Yeah, I was just hopping off the phone again.
Okay. Anyway, so eventually, after days of waiting in the thick clouds of the gas giant, Zennith detects the bulky, smoke-spewing orc cruiser making its way through the void, just beyond the gas giant.
Smelly alert.
Okay, how are we looking on that search?
Alert, code table.
So the orcs appear to have fallen for the trap. Well, at least one orc vessel has.
Is it the big one?
Yes, it appears to be the prime orc cruiser. You don't see its escort craft, but the cruiser itself is there.
Not what I expected.
What's the status on that radiation?
The radiation is at least an hour off.
How long till they're able to establish that the distress beacon is a track?
Very quickly.
Do we have any inclination that they know where we are?
Not as of yet.
Could just wait it out. Even if they turn around and start leaving, it's not like they're going to get that far. And then once we know their orders get shut down, we just pull them from the back.
Yeah, I mean, unless it looks like they're going to go full tilt and get themselves out of here before the pulse, we can go ahead and wait it out. Otherwise, we might use our own augers, pulse, and start dragging them towards the gas giant. I'm pretty sure that going through the debris field with no sensors is going to be a bad time for them.
I'm pretty sure they could fire at us without having to go through the debris field. Void units are pretty big.
They are that. They would have to locate you, however.
Right.
Alright, so if we pulsed, would it like turn their attention this way so that they might be on their way when they get pulsed?
Potentially, assuming they could detect you in there. Part of the reason you hid in there was so they couldn't detect you, one way or another.
No, we want them to turn around. We know that their guns are good, right? And they're shitty at turning. So starting from their back is going to be really, really good for us.
So let it be then?
Yeah.
Then let us let it be.
Let it be.
Like, honestly, considering how long, like, space combat is, as once we see their back, we might as well just jump out and start. Because it'll probably fry it in the middle of the fight, in which case they still are going to be really bad at firing at us, right?
Whenever they get hit by the pulse, whenever that is.
Yeah. But I mean, like one round of space combat is like a couple hours, right? Like it's not like a short amount of time. It's not like 6 seconds. It's like quite a bit of time.
Space combat turns are longer than regular combat turns. But yeah, I think it's about an hour. Space combat turn.
Yeah. So if they show us their butts, we might as well just jump out because we know the pulse is going to come out soon, right?
In about an hour from now. Oh, apparently each strategic round is about 30 minutes. So 2 rounds is an hour.
Cool.
Which is what you want. That means they're disabled for longer.
Alright, so give a round to get up and hug you with the beacon and then open up on them?
Yeah, I'm into that. Also, side note, I'm assuming that fighters are prepared once the orcs are around.
Yes, we can say that you have prepped the fighters since you are preparing an ambush of these guys. I know that normally takes a turn, right?
I believe so.
And you've got your fighters and bombers. Yes? Yes, you have a wing of fighters and a wing of bombers.
Yep. And we've also we're really good within 5 AU or VU, whatever. 5 units.
So as soon as Zennith can confirm the orcs have turned around.
On it.
Is anyone else a little concerned that we're only seeing one ship here?
I mean, if we're only seeing one ship, that means there's like, I'm assuming Zennith would it not detect more ships. You know what I mean?
Well, her range isn't necessarily big enough to know, especially if she's looking in one spot.
So are
we're
they
trying-
clever enough to set up a pincher or hammer and tongs?
Potentially.
Yeah, orcs are pretty good at fighting.
I think they'd be too dumb, but it's 50-50.
You don't know quite enough about orcs. Certainly don't know what clan you're facing down.
Is there any way we can try to get, get their transmissions to one another? I'm assuming they would use Vox, right, or something similar.
Between their vessels?
Yes.
Theoretically, though probably not while in the middle of a radiation field and inside of a gas giant. That's like
Okay.
2 levels of can't get their Vox transmissions.
Okay, if we had one level, would that work out, or still no?
Probably still not. Probably difficult,
Okay.
at least.
I mean, Romeo knows Orc, so if we get their transmissions and you want to know if they're coordinating something, we could maybe figure it out.
I'll certainly make the attempt, although at this point I don't have high hopes for it. But with God saying that it'll go poorly.
Well, not able to grab their transmissions prior to engaging in combat with them, or at least prior to revealing yourselves to them.
I think we should just jump them and then do an active scan. Because at that point, it's not like we're going to be hidden anymore. And if there's other dudes, we'll find them out with an active scan, right?
Yes, although once combat's engaged, it will be very relevant who's doing that scan, because that will be their strategic turn.
Yes.
So, notably, if Romeo's doing that scan as the guy with scrutiny, he will distinctly not be leading fighters or maneuvering the ship.
Gaius can do it. He's got scrutiny also.
Oh, does Gaius have scrutiny?
I'm pretty sure he does.
What do you need me for?
You have
Yeah,
scrutiny,
sure,
right?
yeah.
Yes. Yes, I do. I failed a check on it.
Wonderful.
Let's try it again.
Not necessarily time yet, but will be.
At the time,
Okay.
you will. Patience, grasshopper.
Oh, it seems extraordinarily like a plan.
Alright, so. Are you launching out prior to or at the radiation surge? What is your trigger?
My understanding was the plan was to launch in the turn immediately before the radiation surge.
All right.
Unless anyone has a reason to believe that's a poor plan.
Nope. I don't.
I think it's alright.
As long as they're not out too far, it's fine.
Oh god, the stars are going out. We've ended
Doctor?
everything.
Wasn't me this time.
All right, and
Just to ask this beforehand, the nose of each ship is the way it's facing, right?
yes.
Okay.
How thoroughly unhelpful you are. Okay. Roll 20, that is. Okay, fantastic. We have
I
hasty
sense
scribbles.
Chloe Weber.
We have hasty scribbles noting things.
Chloe Weber.
All right, so you guys begin your emergence. What is the speed on the Zenith?
It's pretty slow. I know that much.
I knew that name was familiar.
I'd look it up, but yeah.
That's because everybody hates that episode.
That was my very first Who cosplay.
You cosplayed as the Scribble?
No, the other one.
But okay, initiative-wise, you guys obviously are getting to go first.
Okay, so what are these scribbles actually representing?
The blue scribble would be the gas giant you are emerging from. The gray scribble are the debris fields orbiting the blue scribble that you had to maneuver through originally.
Can we shoot them through the debris field without flying into it ourselves?
If you are in weapons range without being in the debris field,
What's our weapons range?
oh, you've got that wonderful Sunseer, don't you?
Yeah, we have one sincere.
That is 9.
Oh, that's awesome. We can shoot them from here.
We need to get a little bit closer. They're at 10.
We were at 8 a minute ago.
It's still not that big of a deal. We can just move.
That would mean only moving 2. Although you can move half your speed without any special rolls, right? I'm remembering that correctly, right?
I believe so, but I'm going to open all that up right now because I probably should.
So many rules I have to keep track of.
It's going to be really embarrassing if we get beaten by the orcs with all this setup.
Embarrassing or awesome.
I already had one TPK this week.
Then it ceases to be a Rogue Trader game and becomes a Rogue, well, okay, technically a Rogue Trader game using the Rogue Trader rule set. Instead of Rogue Trader, it becomes Big Captain or something. As the orcs loot the Zennith and turn it into the looted Zennith.
Not my Zennith.
And go off on adventures with the looted Crystal Blue Zennith.
They can have my crystal sword when they pry it from my cold, dead hands.
That is exactly what they would do.
Not if I make their hands cold and dead first.
Okay, it's actually kind of hard to adjust speed. Oh no, you're right. It is you can move at half speed with no check, and then if you want to go slower, it actually takes some effort.
Well, you guys move at 4 maximum, so you'd be dropping down to 1 or stopping by going slower than half.
All right, so we can go 2 forward then. That's fine.
Okay, so then it becomes a matter of what people are doing on their respective turns. And the orcs will get 1 turn. 1 turn before the wave hits them.
I'm hoping they use it to turn and point themselves straight into the debris field.
I think the books explicitly say you can always rely on orc ships to do one thing, point themselves directly at the enemy and fly straight at them, firing all of their guns. That is... Yes?
Can we double up on auger arrays?
Double up, as in 2 of you using auger arrays at once?
Or no, because Romeo's piloting the ship right now, so you can't help with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can at least do my thing, but it won't go as far as the auger arrays.
I mean, the big thing we got to ask right now is how many guns do they have facing backwards? Because if it's not many, then that means they got to turn around first. In which case, even if they get 1 turn, they're probably not going to get any shooting actions, really.
Well, that is definitely something you would need an active scan for, which you have yet to do. Which would probably be a job for Gaius, either doing or shouting things at the Master of Etherics.
I'm going to shout at people. And I assume that'll be a command check. Do I get a +10 or?
It's still a scrutiny test. It's just a matter of whether you're actually doing it yourself or just micromanaging someone.
I'll just do it. Let's see.
Whether you're directing them to do it or not, it's still the same test.
Yay! I did it.
Okay. So
We did it.
You get an effective breakdown of the orc cruiser. Okay, it looks like they've got a bunch of cannons on one side of their vessel. The port side of their vessel has some kind of big sparking cannons on it. And then they have a launch bay on the other side.
Okay.
I forget which is port, left or right.
I want to say left.
I knew this when I played fucking Guns of Icarus.
Port?
Port is left.
Starboard-
I just looked it up.
Yeah, starboard's right.
Okay, so they've got fighters coming out of that side, and broadside guns coming off that side. Their other two guns, which are some big ass guns as far as you can tell, a large series of cannons laid across the prow of the ship. So, all but their starboard broadsides are forward-facing guns. They do have starfighters, however.
They can't reach us with starfighters right now, though. Starfighters, I believe, are like 5 EU no matter what, because it's a boarding action. So they'd have to go through the debris field for that.
Well, boarding boats would be that for whatever action. Like bombers and fighter craft. Things you got. Well, you don't actually know what they have in their bays. They may have fighters, they may have assault boats, they may have bombers, they may have fighter bombers.
They might just have tanks and no ships at all.
Well, they could be hover tanks. Orcs seem very Sergeant Hatred.
I don't think they actually have any hovering tanks. I think they've looted some hovering tanks, but put non-hovering things on them. Because they can't figure out how to keep them hovering.
I'm curious if they have any suicide gear.
Just kind of crudely bolting wheels onto Eldar tanks. All right, so... Oh, and a few other notable traits for the cruiser, I believe. They have, unlike you guys, directional armor.
Got it.
By far the weakest at their stern.
So let's shoot it.
Their armor is still greater than yours in any direction, but it's only slightly better than yours at the rear of their ship.
Can I use intimidate to help, like, push the crew along to do shit? Do my thing.
I forget precisely how that one works. I'll have to grab it, but that would be the ship action that you're capable of doing.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay, yes, and also what you're assuming is probably the bridge has apparently been heavily armored. And they seem to have an abundance of defense guns. That ship is just bristling with guns everywhere. Not much of a threat to the Zennith, but could spell doom for fighter assaults. Well, fighter or bomber assaults.
Here's a question. Does that bridge armor do anything to prevent us from dumping a bunch of murder servitors?
Theoretically, no. But murder servers still function the way they normally would during any other attack, where you aren't necessarily able to just directly dump them on the bridge, just dumping them. That's why they get their bonus to critical damage.
Sorry, I thought I remembered us putting him in specific ship sections.
I think sort of specific ship sections insofar as you can choose your crit result, and some of those crit results would involve specific ship sections.
Okay.
Sort of a chicken-egg thing. Right, so Romeo doing pilot stuff, yes?
I mean, if we're just moving at half speed, Romeo doesn't need to do any checks. He's still homing, but he doesn't need to do checks.
Right. Is there anything he would need to do to not go further in the debris field next turn? Or would that just be something that can only be handled next turn?
I don't think he needs to do anything. The only thing he could do is maybe do evasive maneuvers, but considering how their ship is laid out, probably doesn't need to happen. And also, evasive maneuvers would interfere with shooting actions. So we probably want to take this chance to shoot him real good if we can.
Right. Okay. Oh, right. So that covers our first officer and, well, not technically the helmsman, but the guy who boots the helmsman out of his seat anytime something important needs to be done. Which then would bring us to possibly a Hodor, depending on what Hodor is actually able to use that thing for. I don't think I actually wrote that down. It just says various actions on the stupid quick reference chart, which is not terribly helpful at all. As I recall, there is something routine that you guys do that Hodor is able to strong-arm people into doing for you, or doing better.
Shooting. I think you get shooting. Let me.
I can read the put your backs into action. I'm on the page for the book.
Oh yeah, put your backs into it would be the one.
If he succeeds, he can choose to add a +5 to the ballistic skill test to fire a weapon component, an emergency repairs action, or an attempt to put out a fire made during this turn. He may aid an additional ballistic skill test, for every 3 degrees of success.
Oh, wonderful. So yes, I guess first off, Hodor, start yelling at motherfuckers.
All right. If I don't know. Everybody start moving, or you will see Hodor's unpleasant side. You will not like Hodor when he is angry.
That is such a yell. That was like, my ears hurt.
Oh wait, that's not intimidation.
No, that's the exact opposite of intimidation. That is literally the exact opposite. Okay, yeah, so he's actually able to
5 and then
give
5.
Yeah, you're actually able to give +5 to 2 different checks this turn.
Perfect.
Hodor has been very inspiring with his screaming intimidation attempts at the various men and women who serve aboard the Zennith. Possibly on its gunnery crews? Oh, let's see. And we still have Denev and the captain, correct? Aside from Thaddeus doing the obvious shooting of guns. Obvious guns.
I'm smiling at Thaddeus.
I feel very inspired.
Pondering. I don't know if I can assist with the ballistics at all, if that helps. Add aid.
Don't believe
Dennis is just
so.
like pointing at a wall. They're over that way.
I can totally see them. They're like right there.
yeah, I guess keep an eye out for ads.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess Zennith always has the option of fucking with other people's sensors.
That is true, though. That's
You can
what we're
do
trying
that?
to do.
Yeah, there in the Navis Primer, there is a list of shipboard actions that only astropaths can do, and a list of shipboard actions that only navigators can do.
I
And
need
one
to
of them
find
is
this.
one of them is warp interference. Sinisians -20. -10 to the detection stat of whatever ship you're targeting.
I'll totally give that a shot.
Also, basically, there's one that I fear might actually make Void Watcher obsolete, kind of,
Damn it.
and which actually would technically allow you guys to operate here even if you did get your sensors blown out, because it basically lets you treat your Auspex as not damaged, even if it is, for one turn.
I wish I'd known about this when I was choosing that.
I don't know if this book was even published when that power was made.
God damn it.
And there's also the attempt to negate a shot power on the navigator's part,
Damn it.
where the navigator can attempt to negate one shot from the enemy.
There's a lock on target. I don't know how good your scrutiny plus detection is. You've ballistic skills for that.
My ballistic skills okay. Scrutiny, not so much.
Well, we only had the captain and our good navigator left. If anybody wanted to attempt to lock onto a target,
Can I do that and shoot, or is that too?
shooting is the action you would be taking.
Right.
Is granting my +10 occupying my action, or can I also do lock on?
It is not occupying your action. So as Lord Captain, you do get bonus to a particular ship action. Let me double check which one that is.
Do you have that website with all the?
Yes, I do. I just went there. Hold fast.
Okay. Did you link it? I want to see what my thing does. I don't know what bonuses I get. No, I get some. I just don't know what they are.
The Master of Ordnance was... There it is, Master of Ordnance. You get...
Okay, so when lock on target,
so basically,
extended action, I get
yeah.
+5.
So yeah, if someone successfully does a lock on target, you get an extra +5.
And what would I have to do to lock on?
That would be a
Scrutiny plus detection, whatever that
scrutiny
is.
plus detection, which normally gives +5. This would give an additional +5 because it's basically the ship combat version of accuracy.
I get to roll against my scrutiny again. Ha 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 ha. Did you say the ship's detection rating was 5?
9. And fortunately, I don't think you guys will ever have to use disinformation. Just looking over your ship actions. At some points, it's possible the captain could do Aid the Machine Spirit, which is basically a tech use. If you succeed, +5 to detection and maneuverability. Oh my god, the captain succeeded. That's ridiculous.
+5.
+10.
Yeah, because in the Master Ordnance, that +5 gets turned into a 10.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Master of Ordnance gets an
Nice.
extra +5 from lock on target.
Do I get 10 from the captain smiling at me, plus helping me is another 10, so I get +20.
And
Like-
another 5 from Hodor and his boys.
So it's 25. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm rolling at an 86 right now.
Yes. And the only particular thing that Zennith could try to do is fuck with the orc sensors even more,
Yep. Yep.
or could dicker at them by hailing them in these few moments before they cease to be capable of receiving Vox transmissions.
I think I'm just gonna try to do that fucking up their detection shit. So,
Well, that's just Sinusines -20.
yep.
Technically, the range limit is your perception bonus times 3, but I'm pretty sure they're within your perception bonus times 3.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah. So, the orcs definitely get -10 to detection in these brief moments before their detection fails. Which brings us
and it's
to...
like +1 additional strategic round, like per degree of success. So for several rounds.
Yeah. Although largely irrelevant, because their detection will be dead next turn.
That's true.
But still relevant in the future. This is just if their detection is at all relevant in their next turn. And which brings us to the piece de resistance of this particular endeavor. Thaddeus. Thaddeus, buddy.
Hello.
Got a big ass gun.
I'm
Got a
shooting.
really, really big gun.
I'm shooting several big guns.
You're actually only arranged for one of them.
Okay, then a very big gun. Yeah, you know.
Hey,
That
Zach.
seems like a fate reroll.
Yeah, unfortunately. Wow.
You did it.
Still pretty shit rolls though.
That is absurd for the level of bonuses you were getting.
Yeah.
Sorry, we took the good rolls.
Hey man, hits are hits. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but additional successes means additional hits.
they do. But still, you got at least one hit on them. So
Yeah.
roll
What's the
1d10 plus
damage on-
14.
Oh, my keyboard's like sideways. 1d10 plus 14. Fairly low in damage.
Okay. So bam, your Sunseer blasts right into the orc's rear.
Way up the butt.
Yes, right up the orc butt. Right into the butt of the orc.
That's not what you're gonna be.
Huh?
Don't worry.
Alright. And you know whose turn that makes it? After all of your screaming and somehow miraculous sensor readings,
The orcs.
it's the orc's turn. Whatever the orcs are actually capable of doing in this situation, let's find out. They might be too fast for their own good.
Seems to happen a lot in Warhammer.
Orcs especially, because like literally orc ships are designed for doing nothing but charging full speed towards the enemy. So they're actually remarkably fast. Just shit at turning.
And they're painted red.
They are also painted red.
Too bad they don't have a color for turn beta.
No, they sadly don't. And one has to move before turning, correct, Romeo? Unless you do a special thing to be able to. Okay, so lovely on the orcs' part here. Let's see how they do trying to actually turn around. Something orcs are not very adept at doing. That does not work out. Okay. So the orcs successfully jetted off in that direction.
Good job.
And then a bunch of other shit happens, which is irrelevant because they are too far away from you to get anything at you. Ending with the expected wave of energy pulsing from the system's star and sweeping over the planet and surrounding void. Your auger arrays hold firm. There's some blasts of static, everything goes fuzzy on screens and scopes. But as the wave passes, you appear to be fine. Whilst you know that the orcs are most likely blind. Beyond the ability to look out a window. Which brings us to your guys' turn. The orcs are blind out there.
Okay. We should probably move so we can shoot them. We only need to move our. We don't need to do any special checks for it. We can just do our full move to catch up to them. But we got to go through the debris field. When do you get to turn? You get to turn at the end, right?
Unless you do a roll that would otherwise allow you to turn earlier.
How hard is the check to move through the debris field?
Check to move through the debris field is... no penalty. So just your ship's maneuverability plus pallet spacecraft. Pallet spacecraft plus the maneuverability of the ship.
Okay.
Which at the moment is 15. If the captain succeeded on Aid the Machine Spirit, that could be only minus 10.
And how would I aid the machine spirit?
Tech use! Your specialty.
I've got tech use. Let's watch me blow this again.
You can boost detection and maneuverability with a simple tech use check every turn. As you lend your considerable intellect to attempting to help the ship's computer process things.
That's how it's done.
Gold star, Captain. Hello. Okay, so that's plus 5 to maneuverability, you said? Maneuverability or detection, obviously you wanted that from maneuverability, correct?
Yes.
For every 2 additional degrees of success, you can add another plus 5 to the same system. So actually, you successfully bring the ship's maneuverability up to 0. Plus 0.
Woo!
Captain is on top of it. She is supercomputing right now. So yes, Romeo, right now, obviously you have to keep your whatever maneuvers you're doing in mind.
Yep.
But it's just a straight starship piloting check.
All right.
Through getting through the field.
Okay. So
Turn at least
I'm gonna.
45 degrees to make sure. Or would they be in your forward-facing guns field?
I think the Sunseer can hit on the sides as well. Just can't hit behind us. We're definitely in their range, which is why I'm trying to see if I can get the turning better, so we can try to move out of it.
Right.
Because we're definitely in their shooting. We're definitely within their shooting like scope.
You're not.
Yeah, but we're on the ship side.
Yeah, you are on their landing bay side.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Okay, then we probably want to stay there.
Yeah, if you can keep us to their left and to their behind, I don't think they can shoot at us at all.
Okay, no, that's perfect. Then we just want to move forward. We can do a 45-degree turn afterwards if we want to, but we can just move forward. So I'm gonna make that check to not hit asteroids.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think I need a bonus from the captain. I think I'll be fine.
The captain's bonus can go to someone else somewhere. Are
Yep.
you moving full speed or half speed?
Full speed.
Okay, so ahead force. You're not doing any special maneuvers?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Just doing it. All right, let's go. I'm gonna fate point that. Okay.
Much better.
3 left. Yeah. So that's it. We're good.
Okay, you are deep in the field now.
Yep.
Dodging bits of swirling debris as you make your way in towards the orc craft. And once again, you are in range for the Sunseer battery. After charging full pelt into the swirling debris around the gas giant. So the captain and Romeo have done their things, and as far as you can tell, the orcs are dead in the water. Well, not dead in the water; they can still move just fine, but they are blind.
I think we're gonna turn 45 degrees at the end of the movement because we could just keep going straight here and we'll be all right.
Yeah, I did turn you 45 degrees.
What's
Oh,
our
my
best
bad.
guns?
So at this point, I believe it's just who wants to and who can help contribute to Thaddeus's shooting the Sunseer battery.
Well, who else can always do his role?
Yep, Hodor can continue browbeating people, and I think Guys can get on sensors now,
Yeah,
can't he?
guys can.
Do I have to roll
scrutiny,
again?
right?
Yes. If Guys has scrutiny, he can help get target locks.
Do I got to roll again?
Yes, another intimidate. Do it. Assuming you want to do that.
Not as good.
Not as good, but still pretty good. It would be better if you guys had multiple guns going. At the moment, since you can only give a bonus to one gun, degrees of success don't matter much.
How many guns do we have? Only one at the front?
You've only got one at the front. You do have one on either side, but your big long-range gun is on the front. You're currently out of range for the short-range guns.
We're
Alright.
probably honestly just gonna shoot at them with the Sunseer because if we get within 5 AUs, they can try to board us and we can also try to board them. So the safe play is just stay outside of five
Yeah.
units
I
and
was
just
just curious
Sunseer.
what guns were.
Assault boats can also try to perform hit-and-run actions at longer ranges.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the advantage of using them instead of a fighter or a bomber. When you're using fighter squadron things.
Also, can we end up getting still more big guns in the front? Or is there limited space? Or like
Yeah,
ship
you've
slots
only
and
got
stuff
one
like that?
forward gun slot and one
Right.
starboard slot and one port slot.
Fair enough.
All right, so Gaius, do you want to micromanage a sensor operator?
Sounds good to me.
Tell him everything he's doing wrong?
Yep. I'm gonna scrutinize the hell out of this guy. I'm gonna make him cry.
Befitting, since you will be using the scrutiny skill.
Haha.
Boom. And that actually,
2.7 tiers.
and
So how much is that overall?
Let's see. I just wanted to check if lock target gave you a bonus based on your degrees of success.
Yes, every 2 additional degrees is +5.
Oh, wonderful. So in that case, you're getting plus 15 total from that.
Plus my 5 from the lock on target thing.
Yeah, I was counting the plus 5 from your lock target.
Oh, okay.
Plus 5, plus another 5 for 2 degrees.
Well, the test gives 5 itself,
Yeah, 5 plus 5 plus 5.
but Ho does 5 as well.
Oh, yeah, I was just talking about what that was giving you. And yeah.
Oh, right. So
Plus
it's
5.
20 overall.
Yeah, so plus 20 total. 30 if the captain is overseeing gunnery as well.
This cat's giving me a smiley face. I will be pretty distraught otherwise.
I told the captain to save her smiles all for you.
I need them.
Yes.
Such smile.
Much smile.
And then I'll put that in there.
Yeah, then I guess the only thing I can do is. Oh, there you go.
Boom.
Far-
There we go.
Far better.
Sweet.
That might be some extra hits there.
I don't know how the guns work. I assume it's additional 2 degrees, but I'll let you look about.
Boom. Okay. Now let's see. What is the strength rating on the Sunseers?
If I knew where I could find that, I
Four.
would tell you.
Strength rating of 4.
I have no idea what that means.
That determines the maximum number of hits you can get by rolling really good.
Oh, right.
Okay, and that was also. Hold on, what's the crit rating on those? It is also 4. You know what that means, Thaddeus?
Woohoo!
No idea.
Means if these things hit, it's going to be critical damage.
Really?
Yes, you
So
have.
what if we hit all 4, then it ends up being a crit?
You just have to get enough degrees of success over a certain value. In this case, for the Sunseers, it's 4. So if you get 4 degrees of success,
All right.
you get to do a crit thing.
For free.
Crits work a little differently for ship combat than non-ship combat.
But I mean, that's not including damage, or do we just bypass the damage?
I think you
and go
have
straight
to.
crit?
I think you have to successfully deal damage to them for that to happen. So if you don't,
Right.
so regardless of the shot quality, if they don't actually hurt them,
Okay. Does Righteous Fury still count on guns? Ship guns.
I don't think so.
Okay. So what am I rolling? Am I rolling 4d10, 5d10?
Each of them are still individual shots.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yep, you get 1 additional hit for each degree of success, so all 4 hits.
So that's 4, right? Or do we gotta get another one, including the base one?
It's just the 4.
Just 4.
Yeah, the most hits you can get with the Sunseer is 4.
Well, there they are.
I think that you would be able to do 5 if you could get 5, but basically it only fires 4 shots, and you
Okay.
landed all 4 square on the orcs. You're hitting their side armor right now, though. A little thicker, but you do still hurt them.
About
How-
average.
How thick is the orc side armor? Pretty thick. Not all of those hurt them.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, I'd forgotten that they had void shields. So actually, your first shot hadn't hurt them, because it just plinked off their shields. brought their shields down, but there wasn't a follow-up hit. In this case...
Oh, well, that was the biggest hit.
Yeah. In this case, your first shot wouldn't have hurt them, but it is enough to bring down their shields to make way for your big-ass shot that does hurt them.
Crit chart, crit chart.
And your second shot on the follow-up, the shields are already down. Boom. Okay, so a smash of las cannon blasts pour right into the orc docking bay on the port side of their vessel. Crit chart.
Ship critical effects. Do we roll, or is it something else?
I believe it is a roll.
What do I roll?
You roll 1d10.
2.
2.
Internal damage.
Yes.
1 component that we know of that is not the bridge or plasma warp drives, and it's damaged.
Yes. As I recall, you guys rolled well enough to know all of the onboard components. So basically, all of the essential components that you guys have on your ship. That says any component.
1 component, only choosing ones, he knows of. That isn't.
Oh,
yeah.
that is not the bridge or plasma warp drive. Okay.
Yeah. Everything but those.
Thrusters.
But,
If you have to make a second roll on thrusters, but if you do 8 to 10, thrusters are completely damaged. They can't turn, so they can't even fire on us. We just keep on sun lasering them until they die.
Actually, that would be the plasma drive. Which
is it? Okay, my bad.
Which you specifically can't target with that, which is why thruster damage is a separate thing on the chart.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So no.
No, that's untrue. If you look at the crit chart for thruster damage, on a 8 to 10, the thrusters are complete damage and the ship can't turn.
Yes, but you got 2 as opposed to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that would be you can't target their plasma drive or their warp drive.
Oh, right. So the thrusters of the plasma drive.
Yeah, the thrusters of the plasma drive.
What all do they have
My bad.
to choose from?
They have that you can target their void shields, their auger arrays, any one of their weapon systems, their life support systems, their quarters.
Life support or void shields?
Life support, void shields, or if we can hit the fighter bay, would make things a lot faster. But I'm not sure if that's a valid option.
Yeah, that is technically a component.
Do we need to do the? What would be the best? Do you think?
Well, if we take out the fighter bay, we can make a close approach and dump murder servitors on them, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And they wouldn't be able to counter fighter. Although that said, they have something that makes attacking fighters a bad idea in the first place. So
lots of point defense cannons.
Yeah, but murder servers don't use ships, so they'd be fine.
Okay, go that one then, I guess.
Okay, I mean it fits. You're blasting cannon rounds right into that side of their ship.
True. Yeah.
So yeah, quite accurately, your 2 major las cannon blasts that make your way through their shields go right into their docking bays. Things are exploding all over their fighter craft.
Zennith's just humming the 1812 overture.
So does that mean unless they also have a teleportarium, they cannot board us?
I think they can still try to board you. They just can't do it with like fancy ass assault boats.
Cool.
So So they basically just have to use the regular rules for it.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, that brings us to their turn. As far as the orcs are aware, they came to try and loot some kind of beacon, and then were immediately set upon from behind, more of an irritation, as the shot didn't successfully bypass their shielding. And then they were hit by some sort of weird Zolgan wave, and now they can't say nothing no more.
There's an 11 on the chart, but you can't roll 11.
Once you start hitting a shit that's crippled, you start automatically dealing crit effects. I think you start getting bonuses at that point.
Okay.
So yeah, just for regular shooting people effects, you don't go higher than 10. It will be amazing if they somehow manage to outmaneuver you guys and successfully ram you.
I did not want to see that.
So I'm hearing ship combat is Spinal Tap.
What?
Because it goes up to 11.
Turn it to 11.
Oh. Okay, so once again, let's see if the orc pilots are actually worth a damn. I don't actually know if they are or not. Okay, their skill isn't terrible. I mean, your guys are better, but only because Romeo and the Cogitator are there. The actual orcs crewing the ship are just as skilled as your guys.
I don't think they have awesome music, though.
I mean, I took spacecraft plus 10, so at this point, like, he's got a 33% chance of succeeding on on like a basic ship test.
God,
he's got to get 66 or under.
So the first time I tried to have them roll, they successfully rolled a 71 to try and turn the ship in a fancy way. So, okay, they failed. This time, they failed. They got a special reroll. They rolled a 79 to try and turn the ship. They re-rolled, got a 79.
Amazing.
Boom!
Speaking of that all over again.
Everything's all fucky. Just moving stuff over, because the orcs, unfortunately, than the map currently allows. There we are. That's roughly close enough. Okay, so orcs. 9 void units away, as appropriate to firing your sunseers at them. God damn, their range is shit compared to yours. Even if they were facing right at you, they couldn't have shot you yet.
That's why I got the Sunseers. It's really good.
Yeah, the sunseers are they're really nice for that.
All right.
That is the best they are able to do in that circumstance. And then let's see. That is the best they are able to do in that God damn it, orcs! You're terrible at what you do. They attempted to do Hodor's thing so they could better repair that cargo bay. or not cargo bay, fighter bay. Successfully rolled
No
a,
orc is good as Hordor.
they successfully rolled a 90 fucking 5.
Oh wow, they crit failed. They're scared, man. They're more scared of us.
No, 96 is crit fail. They got 1 away from crit fail.
Oh, okay.
Lovely. So their inability to turn is an issue for them currently.
Yep.
Okay, so while they are doing their thing, do you guys have any particular plan from here? You are continuing to surge into the debris field.
Yeah, the question is, do we want to get through it and get close to the orcs? Whatever that entails, or do we just want to move 2 and stay in the debris field? So it's like, are we going to do a half or a full? But either way, they can't shoot us right now. Their guns aren't facing us. I'm not sure. Are we facing like this, or are we facing like this?
You are facing off here.
Okay. All right, then we should probably turn at the end so that we end up going like somewhere over here.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, you were at a 45 degree.
Okay.
I don't know how that got undone.
Yeah, so we're facing the direction for where we're going because they're gonna have to like keep turning, and by the time they turn around, we'll still be behind them, so it's fine.
Yeah, right now you're headed
Somewhere over there.
Yeah, right now this is your facing.
We could try to go faster to just get out of the debris field, but then that would put us. No, we'd still probably be far enough out to not get hit.
I think we should just go for like a full movement, try and get out of the field
Okay.
and shoot them.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. If Captain wants to talk to the machine spirits again, that's cool. If not, I can just roll this baby.
It's like my best thing.
Do your best thing.
Yay.
Okay, so that is successfully brings you down to only -5.
Sounds good. All right. I'm gonna roll to do this. Oh. Boop. That is a success. I need a 61 with a -5, so we're good.
Okay, so you don't get smashed by anything in the debris field. Are you doing anything fancier than that?
No, I think we're just doing full move forward.
Okay. Just full move, not faster?
Full move will take us right to the edge of the field, right? I think, yeah, we're out of it. So we're good. No, we just need to do a full move.
Okay, and how much are you turning? 45 or 90?
The size of our ship, we can only move 45. If it was smaller, we could do 90s.
You're just a trader ship. I thought you could do 90s.
Oh, I thought we were a big trader ship, so we couldn't.
I don't think it draws the distinction. It might have a special one for the mass conveyor.
I think 45 is the right call anyway, so we can try to keep staying behind it. But
it is going to have to be moving forward a little bit from where it is.
Yeah.
It's currently moving in this direction.
Yeah, no, it has to move forward. So even if they half move, we're still fine where we are. This is still the best spot. So yeah, I think 45 is the right way. But you're right. Transport raiders and frigates and other ships of equivalent size can do up to 90-degree turns. So we're a transport, so we could do a 90-degree. Cool.
Maybe, like I said, the mass conveyor might have special rules for it because it's bigger than any other ship out there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, you can do 90 degrees, whereas the orcs, even the small orc ships, can only be 45.
Okay. But yeah, no, I think this is perfect. I'm going to go make a coffee or something because I did my thing until next round.
Okay.
All right.
What kind of range are we looking at here? 7? You're getting close to being able to use more than one gun on these motherfuckers. couple more void units, and you can start trying to do boarding actions.
Boarding action is my favorite.
Assuming you're successfully able to gain on them. They are faster than you, they just can't turn as good as you. But for the time being, it looks like the dream team of Hodor screaming, Gaius micromanaging one guy, and Thaddeus overseeing gunner crews. Seems to be like your option. I'm just picturing like this mid-battle quick cut montage of how things are going. Like action-packed Hodor running through the halls, whacking guys in the back of the head, pointing at things. And then occasionally just cuts back to Gaius getting closer and closer to this guy's face, yelling at him the whole time, nonstop. Just this one guy.
All right, so I'm gonna keep wailing on this poor guy. Oh, look who grew a spine.
Oh my god, that was a 90 something. Not a crit fail. That's close.
I do.
I'm gonna fate that.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah, you tell him.
That's
boss.
much better.
Yes.
I slapped him. I slapped
You
him in
did.
the face.
Get up, hold of
Probably
yourself,
happened.
man.
All right, and that was every 2 degrees of success is another +5. Correct, Thaddeus?
I will look again, but I'm pretty sure.
That
that's
sounds
correct.
right. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I want to believe it.
Every 2 additional degrees, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, in that case, and I mean Hodor can roll, but I think we all know Hodor's going to succeed.
I might get a 90 something.
Yeah. And see if it's a crit fail. It'd be entertaining to think of what a crit failure of Hodor's attempts to intimidate people would be. There'd be entertainment value in that.
I think it'd involve him dropping spaghetti everywhere.
Oh my god, Hodor.
Let's fate that.
It wasn't a crit fail, but it was a fail.
Oh,
Good lord.
the day has come. It's an
Casting
apocalyptic day.
spells upon him.
Okay, I mean, neither of those were crit fails, but I mean, Hodor, apparently people are, for the moment, starting to reach their breaking point where they can't actually work any harder through fear alone.
You mean there's a cap on that?
This is usually the point where the SS officer would shoot the poor Jewish man and move another person onto the assembly line.
Hodor is nicer than this.
Harsh.
You're not a commissar.
It's great that one can immediately compare an SS officer to a standard Imperial military officer.
Yeah, there's no comparison really. They're very similar.
Mitchell and Webb, are we the baddies? Always relevant.
Yes.
So, that is only plus 15.
That's good enough. Well, we'll see.
Sadly, you are still only firing your forward gun.
It's a good gun, but still very high rolls. I did need
Did you
that.
include the captain's bonus in there?
No, I didn't. It wouldn't change though.
Yeah, you.
Or would it? Would an additional degree change things?
An additional degree would be 2 shots. So yeah.
Then yeah, okay, I get 2 shots. Wow.
Hey, the first shot doesn't matter because the shields block it.
Well, fair enough then.
The second shot is the one that matters.
Oh, good thing I rolled high on that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Your shitty roll in the first shot, your good roll in the second shot.
Mm-hmm. That gives.
Okay, so bam, take out the one shot brings their shields down and smash right into the side of them again. That side of their ship is just not great. I mean, their whole ship kind of looks like a junk pile to begin with. Particularly elegant junk pile, maybe.
Also, most junk piles aren't painted red.
Some of them are.
I said most.
Okay, so at the moment, the fact you knocked their sensors out is so far irrelevant. Seriously, so far everything you guys have done could have been done regardless of this plan or not. Well, okay, regardless of the sensor knocking out part. You did ambush them, and that was a thing.
Oh yeah, we draw them away from the allies. Well, so far it seems
Yes.
so.
Oh my god. Actually succeeded on a maneuvering check.
Do ship components have like health pools?
Not really, no. Basically, they just either become damaged on fire or damaged, destroyed, unpowered. Yeah, damaged, destroyed, or unpowered.
What did the 23 do? Just hit them their general health score?
Yeah, that just don't damage the ship.
Okay. Did they lose stuff like true and morale points because of that? Or was that more specific crit damage?
I'm pretty sure, yes, you lose crew and morale points anytime your ship takes damage.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, good. That's almost exactly more or less what I want them to be doing.
Wait, let me make sure that's the correct way that works. Yep, they are getting wrecked by only being able to move 45 degrees. They successfully made a 90-degree turn.
Directly into the debris field.
They're not quite in there yet, but unless they make some fancy turning, they will be next turn.
The question is, do they have any reason to do any fancy turning? They have no sensors.
They're still trying to get their forward to face you. I mean, they can probably see the debris field just by looking out a window, like they can see you by looking out a window.
What's the range on that?
What?
Like, at what distance are we still a naked eye object? Because, space is big.
It just says, like, engagement range.
Huh.
I think it's less that we're like a dot in the night and more that we're like a giant laser light show in the night because we are literally firing guns like all the time. Although it's compressed to like one roll, I think the implication is that like you're battering people.
What is the Silencia firing? Big
Uh,
lasers.
Yeah, it's a gigantic las cannon.
Oh.
Huge las cannon. So, the mother of all flashlights. How close are you guys, by the way? 6 meters?
6 meters. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Oh, that is perfect because they just came into range of your broadside weapons on that side.
Did
Oh,
they?
well,
I thought our range was like 5 on the broadside weapons.
No,
That's
I
amazing.
checked. I checked it. Yeah, your range is 6 on the Mars patterns, but you'll have to move, and that may move you out of range. Unless you can effectively make a roll to break this turn.
So we get 2 guns to shoot this time.
Maybe, depending on what Romeo can pull off for moving the ship.
So potentially then.
I mean, I think we can still move forward 2 and be fine, right? Like we'd be right behind them if we move 2 forward, or we'd be right to their side to move 2 forward. We'd still be in range.
You'd be in range for the starboard. I don't think, or the port. I don't think you'd be in range for the Sunseer anymore, though. I think they might be outside the firing arc of your Sunseer moving 2 forward.
Okay.
Unless you did a turn, I guess. Like did a 45 degree, maybe?
I mean, we can always end on a 45 degree.
There's a nice graph in the a nice diagram in the book which shows like what sort of space the guns like port, fore, aft, and starboard shoot at.
See, I thought that the Sunseer was on our dorsal, so we could fire on.
Oh right, yeah.
Port, starboard, and whatever the hell forward is.
Yes, it can. The dorsal can fire. That's the difference between a prow and a dorsal. So yes.
Bow. Bow is forward.
Thank you.
Isn't it?
Well, by the weapon mounting positions, it's prow, stern, starboard, port, dorsal.
The book uses fore and aft. Whatever that means.
But
that's
what it actually calls the weapon slots on the ship sheets is those things.
Right.
Yeah, we put our longest range gun on the back because we're smart. So now, yeah, I mean, if this is still their port side, right? So if we move 4 forward, we're still in this place we want to be because we'd be right here.
Yes, because the Sunseer can fire to either side as well as the front.
Okay.
Yeah, the dorsal weapons can fire fore, port, and starboard. They just can't fire aft.
Yeah.
Awesome. So is it mounted on the bottom or the top or something, and it like rotates?
Yes, that. I'm pretty sure that's like
dorsal
the exact
to the ones that cut the water on dolphins and sharks.
I'm pretty sure that's the exact description they do. Is like it's a top-mounted like turret. I think if we want to, we can try to move faster. Because then we will stick closer to their rear, so they can't even necessarily turn on us. And
it becomes a trade-off the closer you get. In theory, they can attempt hit-and-run actions, but so can you. And you both, well, you have good hit-and-run capabilities.
All right, here is a question. When they hit and run, do they come in at a particular place?
Not necessarily a specific given location.
I mean,
well, what I'm wondering is, like, can they just make their own entrance, or do they have to come through locks or whatever?
Generally, they would be trying to make their own entrance, probably.
But you have to remember also that just because we can't attack with fighters doesn't mean we can't defend with fighters. We can still try to shoot down hit and runs that aren't teleports. I'm pretty sure, right?
I'd have to double check the fighter stats or the rules for using fighters. I'm just looking at the things here for it.
So I think the choice we have here is: do we want to, like, I can do a maneuver and try to make us go faster, in which case we can try to stick to the back and be safe, or I can try to do a maneuver to give us, let us turn, and even if I succeed once and get one turn faster, we'll be within we'll be within boarding range, and then we can board. Because right now, if we go straight, the closest we get to is within 6 units, which means that boarding actions aren't available to either of us. But if we make one 45-degree turn in, we can board.
Essentially, it comes down to whether or not you guys want to open up the risk reward can of worms. Of obviously, you guys are damn good at boarding actions with all the shit you have.
I mean, we could just pray they fail their turn check, and that way, like, they wouldn't be able to board until after their. You don't do board actions until after your movement, right? So, in ideal case scenarios, we move within 5, board them, and then they move out of 5 because they suck at turning and can't board us.
This is good enough. I think we should do it. I think we should board. I mean, we're good at it.
Hodor would like to board.
All right. Well, um, if we're doing a board or if we're increasing our speed, would that change the captain's action to aid the machine spirits?
Aiding the machine spirits is either a boost to detection or maneuverability. It would just be a matter of whether the captain would be doing anything else with the command skill when you guys were getting around to boarding actions.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm asking. Because if not, I'll just roll now, and we can figure out if we're going fast or turning. When I feel like everyone's here, I'm not sure if everyone's here.
Can multiple people do the same action? That is a question worth knowing the answer to. Well, not technically a boarding action, a hit and run, but you probably do not want to be in a boarding action with these guys.
Probably not. They're orcs.
They certainly are.
Boarding action being where your ships are literally smashed together and people are basically walking from one ship to the other.
Kind of like a pirate ship boarding.
Okay, so, Captain,
Really?
are you going to be doing a aid machine spirits, or should I just roll?
Will that help your roll?
It's a maneuverability check to go fast or to do a turn faster, so it would help. But if you want to do literally anything else, it's not that big of a deal.
I just don't know if there's anything else I can be as effective on, so.
Prepare for boarding is probably pretty all right. Helps you repel people if they were to board. That's pretty sure that's an action that can be taken.
Shipboard actions. Prepare to repel
To repel
boarders.
boarders.
Yes.
Command check.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna trust in your piloting for this one and be ready to throw him off my ship.
All right, then I'm gonna roll to see if we can turn into this baby. I'm gonna fate point that. We just moved forward 4. Sorry, guys.
How could you?
And then we'll turn. Oh,
I forgot that you guys have control of the ship.
yeah, and then turn. That's it.
Okay.
Because my checks are bad.
Yeah, they are still in range of your. Yeah, they're still in range of your other cannons. Yeah, starboard cannons, or sorry, port cannons. Dorsal cannons.
Thus far,
Cool.
we've come off amazingly well in our ship combats.
Yes, largely because you guys are good at strategic maneuvering, and you tend to start combat in good strategic maneuvering positions. And also because your ship is crazy slow.
We use the rogue. We approach with the rogue mentality to fight, which is you never start a fight that isn't in your advantage.
Well, I think the biggest advantage you guys have is that your ship is so slow.
It's weird like that, huh?
Hey, no,
There's also that one from the Collected Sayings of Wisdom Malt. Never give a sucker an even break, especially if he's a big, mean sucker.
no, that was like an actual thing in World War II.
No, yeah, we've talked about before how like I think it's like the German planes were like way faster than the Russian planes.
There was this one Russian bomber regiment that was an all-female regiment. Because they weren't respected, they were just given like shitty little crop dusters used for training, but they were so shitty and slow that the Germans overshot them every time they tried to come in and shoot them down. Because the Germans couldn't slow down enough without falling out of the sky.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah, we can't do boarding actions because we're not in 5, right? Yeah, that's 6. But Thaddeus can still fire guns, and people can still do like lock-on actions. That's a thing that can still happen.
Yes. So same as last time, but this time, Hodor's degrees of success matter, and Thaddeus is firing 2 batteries of guns.
Let's do it. Do it now!
Yeah. So Hodor, start screaming at people.
Oh.
I almost choked on my bagel.
Hodor does not care if you cannot work any longer. Hodor will replace you as easy as punch, and I punch somebody with my non-power fist hand. I don't want to kill our crew.
Insert gif of Hulk
No one
punching
wants-
Thor right here.
Yeah, number 1 is probably will kill someone.
You do not work like crew, sword eat you like food.
At this point, the crew has every reason to believe that Hodor will replace them with mutants if they don't work hard enough. Because he has.
Courage shines like the sun, and I shall dry you like a prune.
Do you not wonder where a crew who gets replaced by mutants go? Mutants eat well tonight.
Okay, so basically, Hodor got enough degrees of success that the degrees become irrelevant. He's just adding +5 to anything he can add +5 to this turn. Okay, so Hodor yelling at all the gunnery crews. Gaius, yell at that one guy.
Mine's usually what was it?
Who is it that did the
I will
scanners?
drag you into my own personal hell.
Who is it that did the scanners on the Enterprise bridge? Is that Wesley Crusher?
Shut up, Wesley. And no, I think that was Data. I think Wesley mostly did course headings.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna fate that again, but it's really more of a personal thing than it has to do with the actual success in the game. That's right.
Hooray!
You know who owns your parents?
It's funny because it's true.
Onto this vid. Just the Sammy, please.
Okay, so it's Wesley Crusher that Romeo is just kind of casually sliding up and just kind of hip thrusting out of the seat whenever he takes over. Just hip bump out of the seat onto the floor. Okay, so wow, yeah. Thaddeus, you have your full plus 20, and you have 2 attack rolls.
Oh, do I? Okay.
You have 2 guns. Romeo managed to bring the Mars patterns all into range.
Okay. I get. Which one does more damage?
They both do exactly the same. The Sunseers just have longer range.
Okay. Well, I'll put it plus 30. Like, so I get captain's plus 10 on the first. I guess.
Oh, yes. You only get the plus 10 on one of them.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, technically the Sunseers benefit from a better roll more, because they can get more hits.
Oh, okay. Well, do well then.
Yeah. And their crit rating is lower, so it's easier to get a crit on them. Although you didn't this time.
Yeah. Not close enough. So
Okay.
how many hits is that? 3, 4? 4 hits or 3? 3 hits?
Since it's 3 point something, it's 4.
Oh, okay.
Since it says for every additional degree of success.
But I can only ever fire 4 shots.
Yeah, you can only ever get
So
4
4
shots total. So
right.
it's your full 4 shots.
But
Yeah.
4 degrees would mean crit if... Okay. I kind of get how this works.
Nice.
Okay, your last shot does absolutely jack shit against them. Your first shot basically would do jack shit if it hit them, but it's doing its job. It's taking the shields down. So you have 2 nice shots plowing right into their side. Once again, their poor docking bay area.
It's not going well. I'm surprised if that has anything left. It's been hit like quite a few times now.
Well, the docking bay is just one small part of the gigantic city-sized ship there.
True.
Their ship is way bigger than yours.
Even if they get out of here, it's gonna be that their ship had a stroke because just one side is gonna be drooping because of all the laser fire they took.
Yeah, it's not gonna look pretty afterwards. And it's the second one, which is 100. In fact, that is a 100. We reached it.
Do you have fate to re-roll that absolute crit fail?
Yeah, I do. I have 1 more. I only have 2 fate, and I still fail though.
No, that is a success. Just
it was.
one.
I thought
Hey, you already
still.
took out the void shields, so it's a hit. Like if you roll well, it will do damage.
What's the damage?
Exact same as the Sunseer. 1d10 plus 14.
That's pretty decent.
Nice.
Yeah, that is good. You're working as a team.
Doing well.
Go team! Everything is awesome when you work as a team.
How are they feeling?
And let me just check something. Okay. You have successfully reduced them to only slightly less than double your health.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
The benefits of being huge.
Goddamn ships, man.
Oh, you're lucky it's not an orc rock.
Not just a planet or like a big boulder.
Big
meteorite.
It's usually an asteroid. An asteroid that they strap guns and rockets onto.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Then they just throw it through the warp, and they don't really aim it because they don't care where it comes out as long as there's a planet to land on. And stuff to kill on the planet they land on.
So is the life of an orc.
Yes. All right, lovely. So, once again, orc turn. Let's see if the orcs can not suck. The orcs fail to not suck.
Fail to not suck. So they suck?
They do that thing that you have just noted.
Yay.
You suck, orcs.
Let's see if the orcs suck again. They do not. So the orcs basically charge balls out directly into the debris field, but somehow whatever thing is at their helm is like matrix dodging around all of the debris, despite not actually be. Basically, they lean on the accelerator too hard. They're in the zone. They're just going forward, dodging around everything, going in a straight line.
Cult of speed.
Yeah, they are incredibly lucky.
Yeah, they got a shitty roll to be able to do a fancy turn, but they got a great roll to not crash into anything.
That's fine. They get to keep flying through there.
They do get that. That is a thing they get.
Yeah, how are we flying? They're not really going to be able to catch us.
Orcs are superior in one respect. You are better at dying.
Is that a Dalek expression?
Oh yeah. No, well, technically that would probably be a Cyberman expression. Or was it a Dalek?
No, that was the
No,
Daleks.
It was the
Towards
Daleks.
the Cyberman.
Yeah, that was what the Daleks said to the Cybermen.
Right.
You would defeat us with only 4 Daleks. We would defeat you with only 1 Dalek.
So much shade.
It was fantastic to see the two of them
Oh heck yes.
get in a word fight. Daleks have no concept of elegance. That is obvious.
So much damn shade.
So much shade.
Okay, bear back real quick.
Yep.
So I assume you guys will at least be doing something to try and get into boarding range. I assume. Being your thing.
Okay.
that after like all the time we spent in the warp having to deal with all of those checks, Denna was just basically sitting up here watching the orcs suck and drinking. Making it into a drinking game.
Yeah, it's what it is. Sorry, Dada.
Hey, she's not complaining. She's beating her servants at the drinking game.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get.
Holdor is also relaxing, yelling at people.
That's how Hodor relaxes. I think.
Go ahead.
I think we're gonna try again for boarding actions, and if I can get 1 degree of success, we can 90-degree turn, and that'll take us into range of boarding the orcs.
I won't lead the boarding party because my fellowship is shit. So, if somebody else wants to lead it, I'll just come along. I'll aid with the roll. I mean, I could lead it. It's just it would be better for me not to lead it.
Okay, I'm back. Apologies.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a check to see if we can turn early, because that'll take us in boarding range. So we're gonna do that. It's a -15 on maneuverability, right?
Yes.
2 fate points left. Yeah, fuck it, I'll re-roll it. Boop. Hey! We did it. We did it. So we can move forward 1 and then 90-degree turn and head towards the arc ship. Because every degree of success, and that's like 4 point something degrees, lets you ignore 1 more turning thing, but but you have to do at least 1. So I'm pretty sure I maxed out our turning radius right now.
So you still have to go at least 1 before you turn, and then go forward the remaining spaces.
Yeah, so I think we're going to go forward. We're going to go forward 1, 90-degree turn towards the orc ship, and then go forward 3.
Do it up.
Forward 1, 90-degree turn, bop, 1, 2, 3, bop. Okay.
All right, which brings us to our current turn.
Actually, wait a second. We're really close to here, right? I was up here before, because I was 3 away. If I do if we do 45, we go here, and that's still too far. Okay, never mind. We gotta do a 90-degree. Okay, we're good.
Okay. So Romeo will have to dodge the debris field coming up.
Yeah, that's cool. Or just stay in place. That could also happen, maybe.
Okay, so Captain and everybody else, you are in boarding range of each other.
Woo! I am repelling borders.
Okay, make that check.
Yay, I'm helping.
Yay, helping! Okay. So obviously Hodor is going on the boarding expedition.
Hodor is going on boarding expedition. So do I gotta roll? I gotta roll fellowship?
Command.
Don't have command. Could I
Half fellowship, plus all the things that you get for the various things on your ship.
what's the bonus that I get?
Let's see. That is plus 20 for the teleportarium. And another plus 20 for the murder servitors.
Okay, 36. I gotta roll under a 56, which isn't too bad.
66.
66?
The test is only ordinary, so you get a plus 10 bonus on it.
Alright, well, we're gonna fate that. Cool.
Nice.
That is 3 degrees of success.
It is an opposed test.
Yeah, let's see if they can beat 3 degrees of cheese.
Delicious cheese.
Cheese.
There is one reason why they might be able to. Why an Orc commander could possibly beat that.
Because they can use Intimidate, right?
Because they can use Intimidate in place of command.
Can I buy that as a skill?
No, it's Orc specific.
Yeah, but can you make that a skill I can buy as a DM thing?
Don't
He's
you
got
have
an orc.
mechanical orc heart?
I would say he's an orc. He's got an orc heart, so he's at least like 1/13th orc or something.
I'm an orc at heart. Literally.
But isn't it orcs versus like orcs commanding orcs?
That must be, yeah, it's gotta be, I guess, orcs commanding orcs.
Technically, it's just for Orcs commanding Orcs, but then after that, there's a talent you can get that lets you use your Orc-specific shit on non-Orcs.
Ah, yeah, you can get something. You can get similar things with tower things.
Yeah. Which is especially relevant for Weird Boys, who can then start getting Weird Boy power from humans.
Oh wow.
Okay. So Hodor strikes out onto the Orc cruiser. But Hodor is actually repelled.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hodor launches out with his best mutants, his full battle dress, and a contingent of murder servitors, teleports right into the heart of the enemy vessel. But he is faced with massive squig beasts, hordes of orc warriors, and towering orc knobs in smoke-belching armor with power claws the equal of his power fist. He fights valiantly, but he is pushed back onto the Zennith with an emergency teleport.
That wasn't initiated by him. Hodor wants to keep fighting!
Murder servitors are expensive.
That's a thing. That's part of the drinking game where you drink the entire the entire glass instead of just a shot. Hodor is repelled. Drink the entire thing.